Hi students, welcome to this video. I am Kala Vijayan. In previous videos, we discussed question number 1, 2 and 3 of section A of our ICSE 10th Mathematics sample paper. Right? So in this part, we are going to do the fourth question. Yeah, so please like, share and subscribe this video. Also, click the bell icon to get the notification of these videos. So, let us solve these questions here. Correct? So, let us do this question. What's the question here? Using assumed mean method, calculate mean marks of the following distribution. Also, take the model class. So, model class from the table itself, we can find out the class interval corresponding to the highest frequency. That is 55 to 60. For finding out the mean using assumed mean method, we need to make the columns here. How many columns needed here? So we need 5. So these are the columns needed. Class interval, frequency, both these are given. Now need to calculate xi here and d here and f into d here. See, so xi it's nothing but upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Upper limit and lower limits are here given here. So some average of that one will come here. So 50 plus first one it is 50 plus 55 divided by 2. That means 105 by 2. So it's getting 52.5. So this is 52.5 it's getting here. Now similarly we can calculate each one. Now you can see the class interval, the class size it is say 5 here, isn't it? Class size it is 5 here. The same difference will come here also. So simply first one if you got, simply check this one. All these are class intervals are having the same size. Then simply add that class size to this class. Yeah, we can say class mark to get the next class mark. Isn't it? So 52.5 plus 5 you will get 57.5, 6 that plus 50 and 5 to this one you will get next one and next one and next one. No need to add all these and divide to find out that one. Simply you think this one, is it? Find out the class interval size here and check each class interval having the same size. Then simply find out the first class mark x here using this formula and then add the class size to that one to get the next one. So successively you will get the class marks here. Now one of this data you should take considered as one of x should be considered as the assumed mean. So first of all you can check how many data here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 number of data it is here 8 there. Even number of data you will get at the middle 2 numbers. One of this one, any one of this one we can assume as the assumed mean. Here I am taking this 67.5 as the assumed mean. Correct? So A we are going to take as 67.5. Now each xi d you have to calculate. That means xi minus a. So first xi it is 57.5, 52.5 minus 67.5 you will get minus 5. The same for next one it is getting minus 10. And if we subtract 62.5 from 67.5 you will get minus 5. 67.5 minus 67.50 and so on we are getting all the d. Once we got d, we need to multiply each d to f to get f into d. Find out f into d. 15 minus 15 into 5 you will get minus 75. 20 into minus 10 minus 200. 10 into minus 5 minus 50. 10 into 0 0 and so on. And then sum of this one, also sum of frequency needed because the formula here x bar is equal to assumed mean plus sigma fd over sigma f. So substituting these values, a we taken as 67.5 and plus here it is sigma fd is 120 divided by 80. So we divide this one we will get 67.5 plus excuse me This one we divide both these by 4, you will get 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means 1.5. 67.1.5, you will get 69. 69 is the mean. Now asking to find out the model class. So model class we already got, is in model class, which is 55 to 60. That's all. This is the first part and the other one is the second part. Is it clear? So this is the way to do. So draw the table and then do it. Let us go for the question B here. Question number 4, option B. In the given figure, angle DBC is given 58. DBC is which one? This angle is given 58. BD is the diameter passing through O. Okay. The diameter of the circle calculate. BDC. BDC is which one? This angle it is asking. Correct? This angle. And BEC. This angle also asking to find out. Correct? And one more, it is BAC, this one. How we can calculate this one? So first of all, look into this case. It's given BD is the diameter. So this angle, it is 90 degree. Why? It is 90 degree angle in the semicircle. So we can write that one first. In this triangle, which triangle? BDC, we are getting angle BCD is equal to 90 degree. Reason we can write here, angle in the semicircle. So angle in the semicircle it is 90 degree. One angle it is 90 degree. Sum of other two also equal to 90 degree. So we can write angle, which one? Yeah, DBC plus angle BDC is equal to 90 degree because angle sum property of triangle. Right? So angle BDC we are getting 90 minus DBC already given here 58, which is equal to getting 32 degree. Correct? So this is 32 degree. And you can see the PDC angle BDC and BAC are on the same segment. So we can write here angle BAC also equal to angle BDC because equal to 32. Reason we can write again angles in the same segment. Then angles in the same segment. Both of these are equal. And one more angle we need to calculate, that is BEC. So BEC, what we can see, that is the second option here. Angle BEC. How can we calculate this? So look into this case. ABEC is a cyclic quadrilateral. Yes. So BEC plus BAC equal to 180. Is it? So we can write that one as, or we can write that as angle BEC plus angle BAC is equal to 180. Reason we can write here, which one? Angles, opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That's why we are writing here. So BAC we already got, so we can write angle BEC is equal to 180 minus angle BAC we got calculated already, that is 32. So if we subtract both of these, you will get 148 degree. That's all. Let's go for the next question here. Question 3, option C. Simplify sin A into sin A minus cos A, cos A sin A plus cos A into cos A sin A minus sin A cos A. So asking to simplify. So first of all we can find out, open this bracket, is it? So opening this bracket, sin A into sin A becomes sin square A. Sin A into cos minus cos A become minus cos A sin A. Sin A into cos A you will get cos A sin A. and sin A into sin A, again you are getting sin square A. First bracket it's over, first matrix over. Second matrix it's given cos A into, so we need to multiply. So cos A into cos A, you will get cos square A, and cos A into sin A, cos A sin A, and then minus sin A into cos A, you will get minus cos A sin A. And last you will get cos square A. Now adding both of these, you will get sin square A plus cos square A, and this becomes minus cos A sin A plus cos A sin A, 0. The same here also, cos A sin A minus cos A sin A becomes 0. Again getting here sin square A, cos square A plus cos square A. Is it? So sin square A plus cos square A, we know that it's 1. So answer is 1, 0, 0, 1. So that's all. So we completed part A of our question. This is section A of our question. First 1, 2, 3, 4, all the questions we solved. So take total time taken, it is very less than 1 hour. So be along with explanation. You can go through that one. Then, so next one I am coming with section B. So keep watching and thank you.